This is the plaintiff, Wendy Graves. She says the defendant, the father of her grandchildren, borrowed a car, and when he returned it, the thing was in terrible condition. The guy broke his promise of returning her car in mint condition, so she has no other choice but to sue the lug nut for the $1,427.36 it's now going to cost her in repairs. This is the defendant, Vincent Brown. He says this lawsuit's just a lot of drama, that's all. Everything was going great with the car until he and the plaintiff's daughter got into a fight. That's when she snatched the car back and decided to sue him. Bottom line, he maintained the car when he had it, and if it's broken now, that's not on him. He's accused of not treating a granny great.
All parties, raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff is suing the father of her grandchildren, claiming that he trashed the car that he borrowed. The defendant says this all has to do with a fight he had with the plaintiff's daughter. It's the case of stop writing me so hard.
Thank you, Douglas. Wendy Graves.
Hi.
You are suing Vincent Brown, the father of your grandchildren, for $1,427.36 that you feel that he owes you in order to repair a car that you had loaned to him and he returned in poor condition. Right. Tell me what's going on.
In October of last year, Vincent had come to me and asked if he could use my second car, which is the Honda Civic.
How long had he been with your daughter?
12 years. Over 12 years.
And they have how many children?
2.
Okay. How old are the children?
10 and 4.
All right. Now, you had been incarcerated, correct?
Yes.
For how long a stretch?
Almost 2 years, 18 months.
What were the charges? Just say it.
Gas stealing.
What?
Stealing the fuel.
You don't get 2 years for stealing fuel.
You get more than that, to be honest. And also, we had our own little issues. Domestic, drugs, and a federal charge.
I knew it was a little more than gas. Okay, come on up. Did you guys break up when he went in or no?
We broke up the day he went in.
Okay. But he's coming out, and are you renewing?
No.
No, you just want to help him out because then he can get a job, and if he gets a job, what?
He doesn't have to ask me for a ride back and forth.
And you could just say no to that, but then he could pay child support, right?
That too.
So go ahead.
Okay. My daughter had asked me if I would lend the car to him, and in turn, I will get, some fees for that.
Right. A little money. Because he was going to pay how much for the car?
The first couple of weeks, he was paying like $65. I was only expecting $60.
All right. And then he started paying $60?
Right.
Okay. Did you actually put this in writing?
Yes.
I love that. And why did you put it in writing?
Because I watch you.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Because I watch you all the time.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Because I love you.
Let me see the contract. I'm sure you watch me too, right?
No.
Listen to me. I am huge in prison, so I don't know how, but go ahead. Vincent Brown will be using a Honda LS Civic 2002 belonging to Wendy Graves and will be responsible for any incident concerning the vehicle while in my care. That includes tickets, towing, breakdowns. This is excellent. Flat tires, accidents, etc. Just in case something was missed with the etc. I will pay the sum of $60 to $65 each week that will cover the use of the Honda Civic, not the expenses incurred by the use of the Honda Civic. I will return the Honda Civic in the same amount or more of gas that is already in the tank. Okay. Now, would he pay cash or would he pay by check?
The first time was a money order, and then the next time he paid in cash, which I photocopied the cash.
Which you actually photocopied. She photocopied the cash.
And I make my notations.
I love this. And then you made notation. Why don't you just give him a receipt? That's another way to do it. But this is the first time I've ever seen such a thing.
When I asked him if he wanted receipts, he said, "No, Ms. Graves, I trust you."
No, you never do that. You always have to have receipt. Cash should not leave this hand without a receipt coming into this hand. But go ahead.
Okay, so Vincent came to me in April, and
so this went on from October to April?
Right.
Okay.
So then at that point, he had a restraining order on my daughter.
He had a restraining order on your daughter?
Yes.
Let me ask you, you're the one who took the restraining order. What happened?
She came to my house and she assaulted my girlfriend.
Did she get arrested?
No, she didn't.
Come on up. You want to respond to that?
respond to everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie.
Okay.
I've been dealing with 15 years of abuse, mental, verbal, physical.
Okay.
This is just another way. The incident that brought my mother's incident on, me and Vincent were on the phone. We were having a dispute. Not the first time, but the second time, he allowed his girlfriend to get on the phone, snatch the phone from him, cussing me out, telling me what she gonna do to me. I don't have time for that. I don't want you. She can have him, but as far as our children, those are the only two he will ever have. He got a vasectomy after our second. His business.
Apparently not. Apparently it's America's business.
But treat my children as if they are your only two. And I don't like my children being disrespected, and I don't like being disrespected.
So you guys end up having this. Did you end up going to the house?
Yes, I did.
Why?
Because she said she wanted to see me.
But why
And
would
I'm
you
not
do that?
running no
You're the mother
more.
of two children. Why would you do it? Mom, do you approve of that?
No.
Okay, well, come on. Some things just aren't worth it. She's not worth it.
No,
Your
I
children are
understand.
worth it. Your children cannot benefit from you storming over there and then getting into trouble.
So if you have a family member who just screws you over intentionally for $1,400, would you sue them in court? What do you think?
Yes, I would. Just so much money that it owns. Why not?
Why not is the question. Would you sue them?
I wouldn't. I just make a lot more money and give other money to other people and intentionally leave them out.
Okay, but that sounds like when you die, you do that. What do you think? Would you sue them?
No, I wouldn't. My giving makes my living.
You what?
My giving makes my living. I wouldn't sue them.
But then you're a sucker, kinda, sorta.
I wouldn't be a sucker.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
So
Yeah.
what happens?
At that point, I told him, I said, you know what? I don't want to be bothered with it. I says, I will come on tomorrow to pick up the car, which was a Saturday.
So the next day you go to pick up the car,
Right.
and when you get the car, you notice that there's what kind of light? A maintenance light on it?
The SRS light is on,
Okay.
which he had mentioned to me weeks prior to that the light was on, that he was going to take it to a Honda place and, get it fixed.
So did you take it to a Honda place?
no, I
Or you
took
took it to a mechanic?
I took it to my mechanic.
And according to the mechanic, there's work that needs to be done on it. And the
Right.
subject of this lawsuit is that you want him to pay for the work that needs to be done on it, correct?
Correct.
All right, now I need to see the receipt from the mechanic that says what kind of work it is on it and whether or not that work is just routine maintenance work or whether it's some work that's due to some kind of misuse on his part. You feel that because of the problems between you and the mother of your child, Ms. Graves is taking that out on you, right?
Yes.
Has she ever been that kind of mother-in-law?
I mean, she's been fair, but at the same time, honestly and truthfully, she's gonna waver to her daughter's side, but I won't take nothing away from the fact that she has tried to be fair and true.
All right, but she has a right to take the car away at any time, basically.
Well, without a doubt, it's her vehicle.
Right. And then according to the contract that you two enter into, she pretty much, it doesn't even say a time. It just says, we're doing this week by week. So basically, unless you paid for the week in advance and she's pulling it out in the middle of the week, she's not doing anything wrong taking the car.
No.
What is your premise that if you've taken it to a repair shop, the repair shop wants $1,400 to do what kind of work?
Everything that's listed on there as far
Replace 2 tires. Why would it be
Right.
his responsibility, though,
because
to replace tires? Did he? They're not flat. I know you put if there's flat tires, you need to. But what if they just have the wear and tear of all the years? Because the thing is, put your hand down. It's a 10-year-old car. Why, when it's time to get new tires, would that be something he has to pay for?
because I had already gotten there was 2 tires that were brand new on there, and then the other 2, because they had rotated them, the other 2 were fine. So when I gave the car to Vincent, all 4 tires were good. Now the 2
The
tires.
2 you're talking about replacing are the older ones, right?
Yeah.
Are they the original
Now-
ones on the car?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Those
no.
are how old?
I had them put on in 2009, and when I got the car from my middle daughter in 2009, the brakes were bad. I paid $180 to restore those brakes, so they were good, and the tires
That
was
was
good.
when? 2000 what?
2009. The
Okay,
car's
and
been
then for
sitting
2
there.
years, somebody drove. I know, but you keep saying that. But you understand what the proof problems are in this case, right? You see it because you watch my show all the time, so you
Yeah.
know. You know that what I need from you is what you didn't give me, which is something from a mechanic saying that his wear and tear and his excess. This is from misuse. something that, and then you tell me, I swear I didn't misuse it. He's the one who's been using it for 6 months. So this is from him riding the brakes in a way that they can't, something that proves to me that it's not just stuff that now the time is up. It's like, it works with cars. Time is up now. It's reached its lifelong expectancy on that. So now we got to replace that. We got to replace it. But it doesn't mean that he has to pay for it unless there's something that he did to it that makes him have to pay for it. But that's not what happened here. What happened here is like a routine kind of maintenance kind of thing. And I just, under these facts, I cannot say you did something to the car and you have to pay for it. My verdict in this case is for the defendant. Good luck, folks.
Well, here's the plaintiff after losing this case because you've seen the People's Court before, and as Judge Millian said, there's a certain evidence responsibility that you failed to meet.
Yeah, I thought that everything was, in my favor. I had the contract, I had the evidence and stuff like that.
Well, he's still part of the family, right? And so how?
Indirectly, yes. He's my grandchildren's father.
And so in that sense, do you want any kind of reconciliation? Is he welcome to be part of this family?
I have no hard feelings towards him. It's just the disrespect that he showed me, and I won't tolerate that.
Right down this way. All right, so come on out here and tell me, the judge rules in your favor. What's your reaction to the outcome here?
Honestly, I knew this was what it's supposed to be because right will always be right. That's it.
Wasn't she there for you when you needed her?
Without a doubt. Mm-hmm. And she's been good to me. I won't say she hasn't, but at the end of the day, I'm just glad that this is closure, and that's what I've been looking for, just closure.
All right, Harvey?
Okay, this whole thing, it's called a loan for use, which basically means you borrow something, you don't pay to borrow it, they're giving it to you for nothing. You have a duty to use great care to take care of the item. Essentially, if that item is damaged, you are going to be responsible. It's almost impossible to prove that you used great care if the item ends up being returned damaged.